guys. Where do I want to start? It's a great question. Um, Hi, I'm Brittany and I'm an addict. I am addicted to food, solid food. So I gone and came up with the concept to place myself in rehab for solid foods. I got inspired by a movie that I watched called 28 Days. And as I was watching the movie, I was just able to resonate with so much, and I was actually amazed that while they were trying to stop doing something else that was so addictive, they were still able to do while they were in there, which was smoke cigarettes. I just was amazed. I didn't think that you could smoke cigarettes while you were in rehab. Like that's addictive. I'm a vapor. Intriguingly, I have recently stopped. I have a habit sometimes, like spirit just know how to operate with me, which that's why I'm not against it. But I definitely just was a heavy vapor. Like I would sit outside all day and vape nonstop. Like it was uncontrollable. I know why I was doing it. I know what I was manifesting. I do know what I'm connected to. But there were times where I thought I was not going to be able to stop, if that makes sense. So just watching that movie and seeing that people who don't even understand why they doing what they doing still able to smoke cigarettes, it just amazed me, honestly. Like that's just amazing to me. But on the inspiring part, I was like, oh my god, maybe I should stop eating solids, solid foods, just because food is just something that's hard to stop doing too. It's not easy to stop eating foods, if that makes sense. um Sticky where to start. It just seems so just it's just I wanted to talk about it because it's something that today I think today is the fifth day, which I was like, that's a great thing. I should record just because it's halfway of me not eating solid foods. I'm just consuming of liquids. I think it's really important to consume of liquids. And I have been occasionally like sucking on candy. Just because like, hey, if they can smell cigarettes, I'm still gonna enjoy my goddamn candy, like just hard candies. That is a solid food. I get it, but I'm not a crazy person, and I did choose to do this, so I'm gonna do what makes sense to me. But for me, it's like a sucker having a sucker, just something to keep in my mouth, so my mouth don't get like that little nasty cakey feeling or something like you don't brush your teeth or you don't eat nothing to get stinky or get like cakey, and I don't like that aspect. So I want something in there. But I've been on cat behavior. A lot of the things that I've been taking in is like Ensures or the Drink Boost or Slim Fast, just because of the nutrition that's in there. But it's a milk based, like cats, like my kitty just been consuming of milk, and fish pills. I've been having fish pills. That's what I've been consuming of. Dude, I feel like I want to start the video all over. It's just like so much I want to talk about. It's just I'm trying to just get it out there. I was like, if I just recorded, it'd be better. But anywho, the movie 28 Days. I got inspired, as I said, just by the idea of realizing everybody has something that they're addicted to. And there's certain aspects that people think that are okay, but still is damaging to somebody else, if that makes sense. So for me, it's just doing something that I know, because I just recently just been eating a lot. I've been being blessed with food like left and right, and it seemed like something that's so simple to come across, but for some people that's just a hard thing to come across. And I've been getting spoiled with food where I just overeat just because I do know that there's energy in food, you know, and that's one of the aspects that makes it addictive. But as I said today, I feel great, honestly. Do you know how to explain this, Jesus? It's just when you're going without things, you can feel the energies pulling toward you and why you even consume of them, if that makes sense. Like you can start realizing why you do those aspects. Or what do you think about when you want to do those things? If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. It's just something that I've realized, but for me, since I have been in rehab, I have been doing a lot of spiral meditation. It's like hypnosis, but for me, I just like the spiral aspect. And today, I feel like I had an epiphany aspect as I was watching the spiral, because like a spiral, like this is a center point. As I was watching it, it's like I like a focus aspect. Focus is really important to me, and the spiral meditation helps me keep my focus. But I do use other aspects like bingo, or I don't know, just normally bingo or word searches, but mainly bingo, and just recently the spiral meditation slash hypnosis. Because you have to focus on that circle dot. And today, it's like once I set my attentions, I start realizing I wasn't going forward no more. I was spiraling out, if that makes sense. And I was like, oh my God, how intriguing. I still don't all the way know what that's about, but I don't know how to explain it at the moment. I just got amazed by it. Like, oh my God, how intriguing. I'm no longer going forward. I'm spiraling out. But then it came back clear, where you have to stay focused on that dot. Like, don't get distracted. But then I started realizing I'm spiraling out, which I took it as a good thing. I feel like that's me naturally. I naturally reflect. It's intriguing. But what else did I want to talk about when it came to that? The meditative spiral, the focus. I don't know, just tools that I'm using at the moment as I'm in rehab is important. I just like the name of it, the concept, because I have fasted before. I'm a big faster, and it comes off like it's a diet. Like, is that just a diet? And I don't really like that concept. Um, but rehab aspect make the most sense to me, honestly. It's not like it's something I'm trying to stop doing. It's just having to go without it, choosing to go without it. That's what it's like dieting. It's like fasting. But for me, it's a new year, new concept, new mindset. It just make the most sense for me, honestly, because it just does. I can't really explain it no more than that. It just make the most sense to me. So I'm riding with it and I'm enjoying it. And I'm doing spiral meditation for focus. It's important. It's very, very important. And my focus always shows me what makes me go toward that. What makes me go to them solid foods. It's normally people. It's a lacking of something. That's the intriguing part. It's like, would you eat people or something? Would you eat people or something? I don't want to chug them, but I kind of want to. I used to stop. I stopped eating meat before. Then I picked back up eating meat. But the same way that I stopped vaping is the same way I stopped eating meat. I just woke up one day and I didn't want it, didn't crave it. It was like I never had it. And my focus is showing me that's normally the times I go and eat food, solid foods, or want it. That was when it comes to vaping, some I think of rehab as things like that. I'll only do it when I'm bored. I wasn't stressed. I was bored. I had nothing else to do. So I was like, oh, I can go fucking vape. But for me, I took it to the altar. They say go smoke outside already. I'm at the altar. And I got blessed a lot, honestly. I do realize that leads you to the eternal side. They say it's going to kill you. Smoking and things like that going to kill you. Yes. It's guidance there. Spiritual guidance there. It's just... how can I explain that, Jesus? trying to think how to explain. So I was thinking it's funny. I was thinking I must be alive now. I'm going to stop vaping shit. Cause I've always said I'm not afraid of death. I'm really not. I don't think that's. I think that's the easy part, honestly. I can't really say it in that form way because it caused a lot of sadness. You separate it. You gotta learn a whole new lesson, but that's still life for you. But thinking how to explain that, Jesus. I feel like I put myself on spot, but that was kind of the goal. Because even like in rehab, like I've really thought this whole process out. I've been thinking about it. Like even in rehab, they say you can't have phones. This is just for the movie that I watched, but it's like this will be group aspect, like how I just talk, how they just speak, which I love those type of things. I've been seeking that. Because I actually would really like to have joined a rehab program. One, because I have a mental illness, like I speak out loud to my spiritual guidance, and on top of that, I vape. I don't have alcohol problems. I don't use marijuana too much. I don't do no hard drugs like crack or nothing like that. So I wouldn't qualify metaphorically to be in there. But if you just would have seen the way I was fucking vaping, you would have had a different perspective. Because that was even unnormal for me. Honestly, like, god damn. But some people, that's normal behavior. It's okay. I think that's why I got so bothered when I watched the movie and I seen that they was in rehab still smoking cigarettes. Like, oh, hell no. How'd that go? I feel like I want to go back to the positive note. The whole goal was to hop on here and talk about the positive aspect. Even though maybe that is a positive aspect. Because I do know it's eternal guidance. Like, I do know that doing that takes you right to the eternal side. It's just some people don't know that. And some people really do want to slow down. Like they want to stop. And they can't stop. Like when I was vaping, sometimes I would sit there and be like, I'm not going to vape. But that's all I could think about was going to vape. Like that's intriguing. And I didn't feel better until I got out there and vaped. That's the intriguing part. Things like that, people just, I don't know. I don't know how to explain that part. It's just something that I dealt with and I transmuted that to something totally different. That was so beautiful. Took it to Jesus, right to the altar. Here you go. I learned my heritage. We form clouds. Like I knew I had a reason why I was doing what I was doing, but still, I know I was overdoing it for sure. That's like one of those suicide watch aspects, but nobody showed up. Fuck it, I play too much. I shouldn't say I play too much on things like that, but seriously, it's like they just would watch me talk shit. But they actually, nobody would come and do nothing about it. Smoking, it's a normal aspect, obviously. It's not addictive. I say tell you it's fucking addictive. I don't know. I'm just gonna leave that topic to the side for a minute because I'm not struggling with that at the moment. It's just I got inspired by a movie, but within the movie, that was a highlight concept of how they coped, if that makes sense. Like if they did pills or alcohol or crack or whatever, they go to a place where all they can do is just smoke cigarettes. So it's like, I'll do that same concept. I would just do liquids and not eat solids. It like make the same sense to me. Like it's kind of one of the same, but it's a little different. I feel like this video went totally left from what I wanted it to. Not in a bad way. It's just like I came on here to talk about the positive note. I guess that is the positive note. I don't think nothing I said was like absolutely bad. It's just I'm excited that I got the concept of being in rehab. I don't know how much recording of this I'm gonna do, honestly. I didn't honestly even want to record at first. It's just like being in group, and sometimes they don't want to talk. I'm just gonna do this on a personal note. But I'm like, I feel good, and I want to share the concept because I like it a lot, and it's working for me at the moment. I actually feel good. Um, and I think it's just a nice detox aspect. It's a lot of metaphors that's so beneficial in it. Um, I guess just finding other resources and tools that help cope with this. Cause I think I'm gonna do it for 28 days also, just because of the movie aspect. As I said, I'm on the fifth day, so I guess we're gonna see how this goes, huh?